Hi, my name is Pearl Tenney, and I'm going to go ahead and do the vital signs checkoff. So first, I'm going to start by washing my hands. So first, you put the water on, just about lukewarm, with a nice equal water pressure. And so first, I'm going to start by rinsing my hands, keeping my fingers downward. I don't want to touch the inside of the basin. So once I've wet my hands, I'm going to go ahead and get some soap. And with my soap, I'm going to lather for 15 seconds. But first, I'm going to start with the cleanest part of my hands, from my wrist down to my fingertips. So while doing this, I'm going to make sure it's 15 seconds or the happy birthday twice. So I'm going to get in between my fingers, all of the cracks and crevices of life. And I'm going to get inside my nail bed. You don't want to make any areas more susceptible to microorganisms. So once I've done that for 15 seconds, I'm going to go ahead and rinse off. Fingers downward, making sure I don't touch the inside of the sink. And if in the occasion I were to touch the inside of the sink, I would have to notify one of my coworkers and my team members and start all over again. So now that I've rinsed my fingers, no flicking, no nothing. I'm going to drip for a couple seconds. I'm going to go over here and get a paper towel. And because my hands are not completely dry, I'm going to go ahead and get a second one. You want your hands completely dry. Good. So now I'm going to get another paper towel. And with this paper towel, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the faucet. If there was a light, I will turn off the light, and I will dispose of this. Hello, Tara. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. My name is Pearl Tenney. I'm going to be your student nurse today.
Okay.
So what brings you in today?
Physical.
Physical. Ooh, what's it for?
Basketball.
Awesome. You've got the legs for it. I see.
know,
That is awesome. So first, I'm going to start with your height and weight.
Okay.
Your weight first. So if you could please come with me. All right, and if you could stand right here. So before I weigh the patient, I would go ahead and calibrate the scale. So this is my scale. And so by calibrating, I mean I will take both knobs and make sure they're at 0 and make sure that the bar is in the middle and not any wobbly. All right, Miss Tara, so now what I'm going to do since I've calibrated, I'm going to assist you if you need it. You can go ahead and climb on top of the scale. Okay. And the last time you were at the doctor, do you remember what your range was, like your normal range?
164.
160? Okay, so since she told me it's 164, I'm going to start with the 100 knob and go to 150. So take it to 150, okay. And the smaller knob goes by singles. So she told me 164, so I'm going to slide it down a little bit. Okay, well, I see 165. So you can go ahead and step down for me. So her weight was 165, which is close to what your original last weight was. So now to do her height, I'm going to go ahead and take the lever, so flip it over. And because she's also taller in any case, I'm going to go ahead and lift it up as high as possible. Miss Tara, now what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead, you can use my hand, step back on the scale. And now I want you to turn all the way around. Oh, here you go. Okay, and I need you in an upright position, great. When your ankles or your feet together, flat on the ground. And I'm going to go ahead and take the lever and bring it all the way down the top of her head. And now, Miss Tara, I want you to get down, but I want you to carefully swoop down so you don't fall or hit your head. Perfect. So now to get the measurement of her height, I'm going to look at the middle lever. And I see that her height is 71 inches. And so she is 6'1", which definitely looks accurate. So with that, I will go ahead and slide this down. And so now I'm going to go ahead and take your pulse, Miss Tara. So you could have a seat. All right. Pulse or temperature. I'm going to do your pulse, and then we'll do your temperature. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do your temperature first. So first, I'm going to get my thermometer. So have you had anything hot or cold to drink in the last 30 minutes?
No.
Have you exercised in the last 30 minutes?
No.
Have you smoked in the last 30 minutes? Are you on any medications?
No.
Okay, good. So first, I'm going to go ahead and take the thermometer probe out of the unit. Go ahead and put a plastic on it. All right, so Miss Tara, if you could open your mouth for me, please, and lift up your tongue. So I would place the thermometer under her tongue. You can go ahead and close your mouth, and I'm gonna hold it to ensure that it doesn't move. So it does its thing. Beep. And if you could open your mouth for me. Perfect. So what I would do is go to the trash can and eject it. And your thermometer reading was 98.6, which is normal. That falls within the normal range of 96.4 to 99.1. So everything is normal. So now onto your pulse. So if you can, have your legs uncrossed for me. Yep, palms up. Okay, that works too. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go ahead and check your pulse. I'm going to go ahead and palpate. There we go, fingers out. Okay, Miss Tara. So while I was taking your pulse, I went ahead and did your respirations as well. But first, your pulse was actually 60 beats per minute, which is normal. It fell within the normal range of 60 to 100. Your elasticity was normal. It was nice, bouncy, kind of like my stethoscope here. You know, it was nice and bouncy. You feel good. You don't want it rigid like this. You know, that indicates plaque. Your rhythm was also normal. Like I said, your pulse was 60. Your rhythm was normal, your elasticity was good, your force was a nice normal +2, you had a nice beat to it. Your respirations were 16 breaths per minute, which also falls within the normal range of 10 to 20. You were sitting in the right position, you were upright, your feet were uncrossed, and unknown to you, I was taking your respirations. And I was also watching your lungs, and you had a nice equal bilateral expansion. That was all as far as your pulse and respiration show. Everything is normal. So now I'm going to go ahead and do your blood pressure. Have you had your blood pressure taken before?
I have.
Since you did your last physical?
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty, so what I would like for you to do is, you could give me your hand. Okay. So I'm going to roll up your sleeve. And this is going to involve both her brachial and radial arteries. Or pulses, either or. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to palpate for her brachial artery. Okay. I know sometimes as athletes it's a little harder to find theirs, but you're a good catch. So as far as the placement of the blood pressure cuff, you want to make sure that it covers 40% of her arm and it's 80% circumference. So what I'm going to do is make sure it lines up with the artery. Line over here. And you want it to be snug. You don't want it too tight. You want to make sure it's the right sizing. And this obviously is the right size for her arm. And it's okay to have a little flap. That's good. Is this snug, Miss Tara? 2 fingers? Good. So I'm going to go ahead and place it in a place that I can have a nice eye level view. Her arm, we use a table so that it could be equal distance to her heart, a nice level. I'm going to place my stethoscope in her antecubital fossa. So during this procedure, if there any time you feel lightheaded or woozy or anything, just let me know and I'll stop. So I'm going to place my stethoscope. Actually, I'm going to do it like this. What I'm going to do
I
is...
do have some poison ivy, so just to be aware.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to palpate for your radial because it'll just be so much easier for me, so you can put your palms up, and I'm gonna go ahead and palpate. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pump the bladder up until I can't feel her pulse. Then I'll release it, and I'll add 20 to 30 more milligrams for mercury. Alright, I'll be careful not to touch your poison ivy. It's like right in line with your radial. Okay. And your legs are uncrossed for me, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Okay. And now, sorry about that, I'm gonna release it. So I stopped, her pulse stopped, I stopped feeling it at 120, so I'm gonna go up to 160 just to be accurate. Sorry if I didn't touch you. So you put your stethoscopes with the beaks in, like a bird, tweet tweet. Go ahead and put my stethoscope in. And I'm gonna place it right here, the brachial artery. And once again, oh, that was for me. If you feel any lightheadedness, let me know and I will stop. Just, shake your head or anything. So I'm gonna go up to 160. Okay. Alrighty, Miss Tara. So your blood pressure, I heard it at 100/70. And that is normal, although the gold standard for blood pressure is 120/80. But you are an athlete, so that's why it's a little bit low, but you are normal. It is a normal range. So, do you have any questions for me?
I do not.
Okay, so I think everything is normal, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the physician so he can continue with your assessment.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. Have a good one.
Also, patient had poison ivy, so the pulse and movement of the arms was not her fault, it was mine.